Hey, I'm Morgan Richards from Radio Cardiff from 98.7 FM. I'm very pleased to say that I'm backstage at the Cardiff Great Hall. I'm joined by none other than Rob from Broco.
Hello.
Hey, man,
how you doing?
Right?
Yeah, very good, thanks.
Yeah, how's things?
Yeah, good. We're 2 days into the tour. We did Leeds and then Liverpool, back down here, and yeah, we're pretty stoked. We haven't we've only played this room once before, and the last time we did it was with Billy Talent about a year ago, and it was one of the best shows of the tour, so pretty stoked to be coming back and doing it by ourselves. So yeah, it should be a good one.
Okay, right, well, fair enough. So just recently you guys have just released a brand new EP and single called You Wanna Know, which is actually you guys' first material you've written since the debut studio album Priorities almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, it felt like ages for, actually to get new music out because, Priorities we had as well, we had it written about a year before it actually got released. We wrote it summer before, it took a while to, fish it around to labels and, put it about, and then actually once, it had a release plan, then it took a while to get out. So to actually, write new music in the first place was amazing, and we're pretty lucky in the sense, I think we wrote it, I guess, towards the end of Easter when we kind of stopped touring, and then managed to get it out in a couple of months. So it was really nice feeling to have something written really quick and then just out into the world for people to hear it, because there's nothing worse than sitting on new music for months or years or whatever until people can kind of hear the fruits of your labour. So yeah, it's been going down really well as well. First time we played at this tour, and it's probably one of the funnest ones to play.
Okay, right, well, that's fair enough. And since it's been actually a while since you guys actually written anything, was it a bit weird to get together and start writing new material?
It wasn't really weird. It was kind of different because, this is the first material we're writing with Tom as well on bass, because he joined the band just after we'd actually finished recording Priorities. So, it's a little different, I guess, working with him, but he's got some incredible ideas, like, the bass lines on You Wanna Know, we're in love with. He's such a talented and creative person. That was wicked. It felt really good being back, actually, because, you go through these cycles of touring, then you do promotion, and, to mix this in, to kind of fit this in before we got to come out again now was really nice, sort of, testing ourselves and, getting in that writing mind frame, which we're going to have to be getting into when we write the next album. So yeah, it was good practice for the next album, I think. Okay, and
the track really shows you kind of growth as a band, almost as a step up.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, cheers. We really like it. It's definitely, I think you always love your new songs anyway, so we'll see how we feel about it in a year or so, but once we wrote it, we really felt like this was, it felt like us, but better. We were kind of happy in the fact it brought together a lot of kind of, I guess, our sound from Priorities, but kind of kept the heaviness of a lot of tracks, but also, it feels like it's a real straight up banger. There's no kind of messing around. It sounds really arrogant there. Straight up banger. There's no kind of messing around on this song. It's very like, what you get, straight away, which is nice for a single. So yeah, we were pretty pleased how it came out.
Okay, cool. And one thing that really highlights on the track is Matt's backup vocal ability. With a lot of people saying that he should have more of a chance to sing in tracks.
Well, thank God for Matt, because we both write the melodies, and my range is kind of low to medium, and he's got this powerhouse of a voice. So I write these parts where I'm in the studio, whatever, and I'm falsetting, and then we come to record, I'm like, there's no way I can hit those notes. That's when Matt steps up and just smashes it out of the park. And we're like, I think one thing we really love about some of our tunes is the vocal dynamic between us. We've got very different sounding voices, and when we can do that in harmonies and doing kind of, I guess, question answer style vocals, we kind of tried that out in Actors a little bit, and it worked really nice. It was great to come back and get it working again. And You Wanna Know, unfortunately he lost his voice just before tour, so literally the day before we were like, oh my god, we're going to do You Wanna Know for the first time, and he can't sing it, and we were stressing so much. But thank God, like, one of our guitar techs, mate, who's got a stupidly high voice as well, and is coming in to do it tonight. Nice. so we can do it properly.
Okay. Oh, cool. And also for the EP, you guys actually did the cover of Elena George's You Know You Like It.
Yeah. We only had like a month or so to get the EP out, so we didn't have loads of time to I guess write loads of new songs. We were thinking maybe we could sort of write a new tune and put a couple more on there, but we thought we'd save that for the second album, and this was a song that we've just been rinsing so much in the van. We're big fans of those guys, and we wanted to kind of give it like a it's such a minimalist electronic tune. We thought we could give it a kind of full band feel and, you know, still keep the kind of funky aspects of the tune, but kind of just thicken it out as if a real band were playing it. And it was a lot of fun to do. We've never done a cover before, so it's quite fun.
Yeah, because it is a little bit different than the original.
Yeah. I mean, we kept the structure more or less the same. There's one bit in the middle 8, we kind of put a little hint to Priorities in, because we were just jamming it and Tom started playing the bass line. He was like, oh, Priorities works in this. So there's like a little hint to the actual song Priorities in there, which a few people have picked up on, which is nice. But yeah, I mean, we'd love to do more stuff like that in the future. It was nice and, you know, interesting for us.
Okay, and of course you guys are currently on your biggest ever UK headline tour to date in support of the single and the EP. You guys are playing some pretty big venues, including the famous London Roundhouse at the end of the tour.
Yeah, I mean, this tour we never expected to I guess do so quickly. It was wicked to see some of the venues when they were up for having us, and you know, we've been lucky enough to play one or two of them before, supporting other bands. But yeah, it was, you know, we were pretty kind of nervous and excited heading out on this. It's, you know, by far it's, you know, the biggest tour we've ever done. You know, some of the venues are, you know, 2-3 times the size as the venues we were doing, you know, in February, which was the last headline tour we did. And the Roundhouse, you know, is one of those classic venues, you know, in London. It's you know, it's pretty huge, so it's going to be a good one. You know, it's the last day of tour as well, which is quite nice. There's always a bit of pressure for the London show because all your friends and family come down, there's all the industry there, but it's going to be nice to sort of tick the Roundhouse off as a venue and then go a bit wild after, I think.
Okay, and as you said, you did your first ever UK headline tour back in February, where you actually played venues including the likes of Cardiff Club of Bath, with tickets for the tour sold out so quickly that you guys actually had to add dates into March and April.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I guess we just didn't know what to expect really with that February tour. You know, we'd done a few supports the year before, but just had never, you know, played on our own steam. And yeah, we were kind of shocked when so many venues sold out so quickly. I mean, I think Cardiff was one of the first to sell out, which was really nice. And I mean, Club's such a cool venue, and it's, you know, it was one of the smaller ones as well, so that was such a good vibe, and that went straight away. Yeah, I mean, it was our booking agent's idea. Was like, come on guys, you know, we might as well come and do some more shows, and you know, we're always up for playing. We kind of don't feel like we're a band unless we're on the road, and his idea was like, okay, we're going to step up a few of these venues now, like give it a go. We were a little bit scared, like, you sure? But yeah, they all sold out too, so it was, yeah, really, really nice. And yeah, to get back now as well and do, you know, even bigger venues, it's amazing.
And as you said, it must be a great feeling to actually be able to play these bigger venues now, and even most events are sold out as well.
Yeah, I guess we kind of just we've just been kind of going with the flow. I guess we haven't really thought about it too much. I mean, since the festival season, we've kind of, you know, been keeping our head down, thinking about getting ideas down for the next album. So I kind of feel like this tour has almost taken us by surprise, even though it's been coming up for so long. You know, we only started a few days ago, and then we're like, the reaction has just been amazing. I mean, to play these massive venues and you know, for people to come and, you know, to sell them out, it's still a bit weird. We're kind of pinching ourselves. I mean, Leeds was just completely off the chain with the first night of tour, and it's been, you know, it's kind of set the bar really high now as well. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun this tour.
All right, awesome. And it has been quite an amazing 18 months or so for you guys since the release of your debut studio album Priorities and signing to Sony Music Entertainment. Do you feel that working with Sony has really pushed you guys to become the best you can be?
Well, that definitely helped out. You know, I think with Priorities, you know, we had that written, you know, before we'd spoken to Sony, and you know, those songs were completely finished and done and dusted before we, you know, even sort of started talking to them. And you know, that once we sort of got talking about potentially doing a deal and speaking to other labels, you know, they were definitely the best shout, and we couldn't be happier with how they've kind of, you know, been with us, because you hear some horror stories about signing to major labels and them pushing you around or shelving your album for a couple of months and everything. But the team's really kind of close knit. You know, they chat to us most days, and they're kind of open to all our ideas as well. You know, it's so far it's been really good. So yeah, we're kind of happy with that. With You Wanna Know, which is, you know, the first, I guess, you know, single released where you know, they were part of the process. They were great with that. You know, they I mentioned before, you do hear about those, those
Yeah.
horror stories. We've toured with bands as well where they've said they've written an album and they've had it for like 3 years and they just can't get that. They're convinced their label to release it. They're like, we've got this album ready to go. They're like, no, you need to do something else. Can't do this. Sony were great. They loved the single, which was nice, and literally rushed it out so quick. Somehow got it together and got it up on iTunes. Did all that stuff, so we didn't have to worry about the process of releasing it ourselves. So yeah, it's been brilliant.
Okay, right, that's fair enough. When you guys actually did release Priorities, it just got very well received very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'd obviously, it's been a long time coming for us, and the first thing we were kind of worried about was, not worried, but I guess excited for, was that our fans were going to like it, because even though a lot of people kind of, I guess, only heard of us since we released Priorities, we've been a band for a couple of years now, so we've had various EPs, and we wanted to write music for us, obviously foremost, but we wanted our fans to dig it. Luckily they all did, got some wicked reviews, but it's kind of I think it's kind of felt like since it got released, it still feels like it's definitely kind of growing now. Like even, a year on, we're getting people come, tweeting us or whatever, or coming up to a show saying it's the first time they've seen us and they only heard about us recently, but, Priorities is brand new for them, which is really nice as well.
Okay, right, awesome. And in the summer of 2013, you guys had a very busy festival season where you played many festivals, including the likes of Reading and Leeds. With that festival being quite special to you guys, because you've always kind of gone there as fans and always dreamt of playing it.
Yeah. That was definitely the best thing we've ever done, the highlight of our band career so far. Like, the whole festival season was amazing, but to get to do Reading and Leeds main stage was a dream come true. Like, as you mentioned, and we've probably told a lot of people this before, like, I guess being from Bedford as well, like Reading was the festival on our doorstep. We go there every year, growing up as kids, pretty much until the year we started the band, we'd always gone and paid to go there. The year before we were we properly started the band, we worked for Oxfam there, and that was we got to go backstage and walk them on the main stage floorboards and everything, and see all the behind the scenes, and that was I guess the kind of turning point where we all decided, right, we're really going to give this a go and be a band now. So to get back, and the next year we got to play it on the introducing stage, and then move up to the Festival Republic, and then obviously the end of this festival season, the main stage. It was just amazing. Really felt like kind of the culmination of everything we'd done since releasing Priorities, and it was the first time we played You Wanna Know. It kind of felt like I guess the end of something, capping it off and start something new. So yeah, it was brilliant.
So it's kind of like everything came full circle.
Yeah, totally. I think back then when we'd been that, I think that was probably the highest thing we thought we'd ever kind of not reach, but you kind of set yourself goals, and I think when we first started the band, it was like, wow, one day wouldn't we love to do the main stage, and to get that now, it was just incredible. I'd never been more nervous before a show. It was we were all properly getting giddy before it. Was really cool.
Okay, right, awesome. And just a couple more things, Rob, before you go. Obviously, with it being over 2 years since you guys actually wrote Priorities, do you guys have plans for a new album in 2014?
Yeah, totally. We've, as mentioned, we've kind of dipped our toe in writing again. We just can't wait to get back, and we've got 1 or 2 demos, kind of ideas that we've kind of been playing around last few months. But it's once this tour's done, we're really just gonna kind of get down and keep our heads in the game. Be writing pretty much non-stop, because we'd love to go and record something new as early as possible next year, and ideally get something out properly into next year. We don't want to kind of wait around, and we've got some stuff where we're already really stoked with, so if we can get it out and get some new music next year, that'd be awesome. So
if all goes well, hopefully another album next year then?
Yeah, totally, that's what we're hoping for.
Okay, right, that's fair enough. And with Christmas just coming around the corner, and then obviously the new year, what else can we expect from Broco in 2014?
Apart from the new music, we'd be hoping to get out on tour again. We'd love to start playing some new places as well. We've got to do some amazing things this year, and we'd love to kind of, I think, do like some maybe overseas stuff, because we've really focused on the UK this year. So for us, it would be really fun to get to travel a little bit and see the rest of the world. We also want to kind of, I don't know how we'll end up doing this, but we'd love to play some like really small shows again, because we love the when we first started, we were just playing these club shows of 50, 100 people venues. I'd love to like do a kind of back to basics tour as well. Maybe something for next year, or if we can fit it in. But yeah, a lot more touring, I'm sure.
Okay, cool. So maybe some even smaller shows.
Yeah, we've just been talking about this amongst ourselves. Like it would be really fun to do. So if we can fit some a bit of both in, that'd be sick.
Okay, right, awesome.
Cool.
Well, that's about it. Cheers, Rob, for doing an interview with us.
Thank you.
Good luck with the rest of the tour, and hopefully I can catch up with you guys again very soon.
Great. Cheers, man.
Right, cheers.
Thanks.